So thank you very much, everyone, for attending today's press conference. As you know, there was a series of incidences over the last few weeks in lockdown that have caused some great distress, some great concern, and I think we need to let the people speak. So I'm really glad that you've turned up for this Zoom meeting. But anyway, let's bring him to the press conference. Mr McFadden, are you there?
Oh, hello there. Hello. Oh my, it's not just you, Mr. Linan, no?
Yeah, listen, before I introduce everyone, what is going on with that background?
So you join me live from my LA apartment.
Listen, I've spoke to you last week about that. We don't think you are in LA because you have been seen in a variety of places.
So the trouble with think, it suggests it's not a certain, it's not a fact, so.
Okay, but listen, as you can see, many people have given up their time. Do you mind getting rid of that virtual background, please?
I'm still unclear of what you mean, because that is quite, what's happened there?
Right, so again, it's another lie. But anyway, you've probably heard enough of me criticising you, Mr McFadden. But
so thank you for acknowledging that it has been criticism.
Right, but today is about identifying the truth, because that is one of our values in our school, I suppose, mission. Anyway, Mrs. Wall is a parent. When she realised there was a press conference, she got inundated because her company, breakdownwalls.co.uk, many parents have gone to her, and she's representing the parent body. So she has a question to start us off with. Mrs. Wall.
Thank you, Mr. Linan. Yeah, as Declan was saying, I've been working with people's wellbeing, and lots of parents, I'm saying lots of parents have phoned me this week, racked with anxiety after having seen some video footage of you, Mr. McFadden. And I'm not talking about cakes here, I'm not talking about clocks. What we're really, really concerned about is, in this video footage, we saw you coming out of a car, driver's seat of a car, on a mobile phone. Do you think this is a good role model for the students at Nicholas Breakspear School? Do you?
Sorry, there. Maybe if you could just rephrase your question there. I wasn't quite sure of.
Right. You need me to make it simpler.
Yeah, please. I wasn't quite sure of the.
So we saw a video of you coming out of a car on a mobile phone. It's illegal to phone and drive. What do you have to say about that?
So thank you for clarifying the question. I think with everything you have to it's hard to, when you see videos and when you see, it's hard to know what's actually gone on. So I think I think that's the danger of making judgments there. I have a built-in hands-free kit which I listen to my music to, and I take calls on. And I would say I'm yet to confirm, because of the sun in that video, confirm that it was me. But I would say that individual, as he got out of the car, he was on his phone. But the engine, and we'd probably need some sort of VAR to see when the engine went off.
Yeah.
But I think the engine was off.
Thank you, Mrs. Wall, from breakdownwalls.co.uk. Can I just say, Mr. McFadden, this is an opportunity for you to clear your name, not even further. Anyway, NBS News, the anchorman Ryan Kelly wants to continue.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Linan there. Hi there, Mr. McFadden. Mr. Kelly, NBC News. I'm currently outside NBS after hearing some worries about you from some of our key worker students. Now, as someone who's been actively trying to engage in cooking and teaching the students a new skill, do you not think that ignoring social distancing rules and buying a cake completely undermines what I've been working hard to achieve? It actually quite upset. I'm sorry, I promised I wouldn't do this, but
okay, Mr. Kelly.
You've actually upset me here.
Hold it together, Mr. Kelly.
Sorry.
Mr. Kelly, I would like to apologise and also appreciate the different line and maybe emotive as opposed to aggressive line of questioning this time, which I appreciate. I'm sorry you feel that way, Mr. Kelly. But again, how are we looking at this? Mr. Kelly, what challenge have you set to your students? Mr. McFadden set a dance challenge. Mr. McFadden has inspired students to dance. Why is that not the headline? Because you don't want it to be the headline. Yeah, he's gone to Morrison's or a UK leading supermarket that can't be named for obvious reasons. There are other supermarkets available. Yes, he has done. Why is the headline McFadden supports local business during pandemic crisis? Why is that not the headline? Because you don't want it to be the headline. That's my throwback. Who else is setting challenges? Who else is in part? Joe Wicks does it and he's a hero. McFadden does it and he's a villain.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Kelly. We've got Miss Gujat from Maxarchi Fashion House. Jamie, what would you like to say in this press conference?
Okay, thank you, Mr. Lannan. And Mr. McFadden, I'd just like to put this to you. So I don't really know what statement you were trying to make with the whole double denim. I mean, it's not Britney and Justin 1990. It's 30 years on. You need to move on with your fashion choices. We've had record-breaking returns of our denim products here at Maxarchi, and it's just not good enough. What have you got to say for yourself?
Thank you. I appreciate your time and your questioning. Again, it's funny because there's a little viral sensation that's taken off where millions of people, and I say millions because I mean millions, because unlike some people in this call, I mean what I say. We very much, I've inspired millions of people taking pictures of double denim. McFadden brings trend back. And you know what? In the fashion industry, you're going to divide opinions. But you know what? I set trends, and I will continue to do that to the people of LA and to the people of Hatfield. Wherever I go, I set trends. Double denim, anything. Yeah, don't hate the player, hate the game. You know.
I just feel like in a time of crisis that we're in, we're getting record number returns, and that's not good enough. You're breaking our businesses. You need to stop this.
Yeah, and again, focused on the negative. Look at the power. Look at the power that I can influence so many people. But you don't want that as your headlines, do you?
So we got international, I suppose, notice from Fox News. Alex Taylor.
Being the British correspondent for Fox News, we are always in search of the truth. We are a trusted news outlet. So our main question for you, Mr. McFadden, is why you felt the need to lie about your running.
And I'd like to thank you for your question from a company that I know well from my time in LA, which is probably why you're here today and there's such interest, because I've been on Fox News a number of times. Again, I'm not happy with the use of lying. I'm not sure I have lied. Thou shalt not lie. It's something close to my heart. I mean, if there's a positive turn on the 10 Commandments, it would probably be thou shalt inspire. And I think I have inspired. So if I've had to bend the truth to get a positive reaction, then if that's the charge, I'm guilty. Would I do it again? 100%. Because when people upload videos of them taking part in challenges in the middle of a pandemic, they're smiling. And if I cause those smiles, then you know what? I think that's something that should be applauded, but isn't being applauded.
Our nation speaks through the BBC. Amy Russell, anchor person.
I'm here live in London, reporting from the BBC. Thank you very much for your time, Mr. Lannan, and thank you for taking some time to answer my questions, Mr. McFadden. I've had increasing amount of reports, actually quite a lot of worries from parents, but also children about entering Nicholas Breakspear again once more when the time comes, and actually quite horrified at the prospect of hearing the singing, attempts at singing that is coming from yourself, echoing amongst the corridors of Nicholas Breakspear School. Do you think that singing is one of your main talents? Do you think you can sing?
Again, thank you to the BBC, a fine organisation. I would like to maybe give you a little backdrop into my childhood. I took piano lessons, and I was always under the notion or feeling that I couldn't sing. And I once said to a piano teacher, I said, look, I would love to be able to sing. And he said, anyone can sing. So to your question, do I think I can? I think anyone can. But again, here we are. We're focusing on the negatives. We really are, and I'm to the point now where I don't think it's I don't think it's fair. If you think music is scientifically proven to improve concentration, so you know what, any child in a class where I play music or sing music, it would be to improve their concentration and to increase their the standard of their work.
Thank you, Ms. Russell, and thank you, Ms. McFadden. Ms. McFadden, I think what we're trying to get out of the press conference is just you to be honest. And I'm really glad that Mr. Anadapa, who's a freelance journalist,
can I
excuse me for a minute. He's been following the story. Hang on. He's been following your story since you started the NBS lockdown challenges, and I'm delighted that Mr. Anadapa is here in his press conference.
Sorry, can I just? I've actually asked for this person not to be allowed in.
No, can you be quiet? I've had enough of this. I've had enough of this. Just stay there and just listen to. I've had to look. I was on a little break. I was on a small break during the lockdown in one of my little homes, all right? And I've had to pause my break. Just hold on a second. Pascal, yeah, park it there, please. Yeah, leave it next to the stables. Yeah, thank you. Right, look, I have had to come off my break to address this nonsense. I've listened to you talk absolute nonsense. Do you know what my nickname is for you? Empire State Building. Do you want to know why?
Yeah, I do actually. I'm intrigued.
Yeah, so many stories. Just for so many stories you are. It's just one thing after another. Lie after lie after lie. And I'm fed up with this. You're dragging my name through the mud. Everyone associates you with me. Do you know how embarrassing that is for me?
Oh, sorry. I'm just getting a little bit of breaking news coming in here, guys. So apparently, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong from my source, but you were seen on Instagram dropping some PPE to the Lister Hospital last night. Is that correct?
I can confirm that Mr. McFadden did actually organise the, I suppose, the act of bringing up PPE. He brought about 200 items up, and it was actually on Nurses International Day. So yeah, I can confirm he did do that.
Okay, cool. And I've got just two more stories apparently. I mean, again, correct me if I'm wrong, Mr. McFadden, but something about a run-in medal or something to do with a run-in challenge, and being a #1 customer at a Chinese restaurant, supporting them.
So again, I've actually just made a note there of the first positive comment. And there's a few more to come. Yeah, I've been wearing a medal, so you doubt my background, you doubt where I am. No one's asked about the medal. The medal signifies that in April I ran 106.74 miles. The entry money goes towards charity. You will hear in the coming days that I'm working towards another challenge. But you know what? That's not why I do it. I do it to make a little bit of a difference. And that honestly is all I've ever done.
I think what I'm picking up as head teacher of NBS, Mr. McFadden, is that you have the potential to really change people's lives and to make a real difference. But as Mr. Anadapa has mentioned, you tend to blend the truth or lie, and it just doesn't really go too well against our sort of values of the school. So I think there's lots of lessons to be learned. I really like the last sort of few words to say that you do make a positive difference. We are grateful that you are in our community, but I think we'd all agree that we're very grateful for what you do for our community, but we're also just a little bit concerned about you as a person who feels it's all right to lie to your colleagues, to the parents, but most importantly, to the students of Nicholas Breakspear School.
I shouldn't lie, and I've dodged it. I've said it's not lying. It is lying. I would like to think there's a difference between a lie that is negative and a lie that is aimed to cause some good. I would like to say I've done the latter. Mr. Anadapa, I'm sorry if you've ever had any association to me that you've not wanted. I hope that going forward we can continue to work together to make a change to me. So thank you for your support. I only ever tried to bring a little bit of magic and to NBS, and I will continue to do that, and I'll maybe be more honest in my approach. But thank you all for your questions and for your support.
I think, can we give Mr McFadden a little round of applause for coming back to us?
Coming back. He's back. He's back. Come back.